See, I just had two rolls
Okay,
of bread with
guys,
butter.
we are live. Welcome to the sixth episode
Stop talking crap about
of
Bush.
Source Gaming Live.
Good morning, everybody.
Live.
Well,
I mean, we've
yeah.
gone live for other things. If you count everything we've gone live for,
it's not.
This is not episode 6.
Well, it's not morning for me. It's like the dead middle of the night.
Okay, well it's 4 p.m. for me, but for our friends in the US, it's a morning. And what's everyone had for breakfast?
I'm eating breakfast. I just posted it. I had some peppers and tomatoes and onions, and I sautéed them up with some scrambled eggs, some homemade jalapeno dressing on top, a little cheese. It's good stuff.
Nice. Push, what did you have for breakfast?
About like 18 hours ago.
Yes.
I had, let's see, I think eggs and sausage. What I usually have.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and
I
hide
had-
RelaxAlax.
I had 2 bread rolls with butter. The classiest of breakfasts.
Okay.
It does scream class.
Yeah. So, It's been quite a week.
Yeah.
Has
Why
it?
don't you go over why don't you go over today's agenda for the
Well,
lovely viewers?
so we have a couple of topics that we'll be talking about. The first is that we'll be talking about just our what happened this week, and then the second thing is the Switch revision. After that, we'll be talking about Super Mario Party, Smash news and speculation, and finally, we'll be answering your questions. So if you have any additional questions that you'd like to be addressed, please go ahead and post that in the Twitter thread that I linked in the chat.
Yeah, do that. Go do that now. So, Relax is running a little bit late, as people have pointed out.
Yeah.
He's not here.
My internet really sucks, so part of me wants to pull up the live chat, but part of me doesn't want to drain any additional bandwidth whatsoever.
That means that everyone in the live chat can start shit talking Spazzy, and he has no idea.
Yeah.
That's fun. I'm just enjoying my breakfast, guys. That was a lie. I didn't have my breakfast. I'm having my breakfast. Oh, so good.
So how was everyone's week? Like what have you guys been up to?
Working. I got a promotion,
Yeah.
so that's always
Oh.
a good thing.
Nice.
Yeah, more money for me.
I did not get a promotion, but I got additional job responsibilities, which means I'm doing a lot more work for the same pay.
Wait.
So that's my life, guys.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
For me, I've been like sick the entire week, and I had like a cold, and it transitioned into an ear infection. So it's been a horrible week for me.
I was pretty bad at the beginning of this week. I had so much stuff. I won't go into details about my work, but there were some things that were like clients I had that were incredibly stressful this week, and I started the week off being really ill. So it was progressively been getting better.
Yeah.
I got I really didn't do much. I saw Star is Born yesterday. I went to go see Venom, but it was sold out. So I'm all like, I'm gonna go see the fourth iteration of this movie with Lady Gaga. I rate it 4 out of 5 Gagas, so it was a pretty decent experience. I still haven't played Mega Man 11, though I got it. And it was funny. I was listening to last week's Good Morning Source Gaming, and Connor was saying like nothing's been released. I haven't even since Spider-Man. I'm like, man, I wish I had the time to play video games that I could say something like that. I have not. I have Spider-Man and Mega Man 11 in their wrapping right here, just looking at me. Hey, games, what's up?
Yeah, I this week finally managed to beat Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, which means that I have now beaten every Kingdom Hearts game apart from Recoded, which is by far the most pointless one of all of them. To the point that they literally just bundled it as a movie when they re-released it. So I'm going to sit down and watch that movie at some point.
Are you salty about the new package that they announced?
Yes, actually, I was a bit because I bought 2.8 a few months ago, like right before Gamescom, and I've just been. The reason I've been waiting is because I wanted them to go down in price. So I got 2.8 for something like 14 quid. And then I recently picked up 1.5 and 2.5 like a few weeks ago because they dropped down to about £14.
Mm-hmm.
And then they announced this bundle of all of them in one thing, and it's just like, okay, come on now, guys. I've literally just opened 1.5.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me? Oh, to be fair, I actually already own Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3 over 65 days, or like.
So this is like your third time buying it.
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts is like the Rambo of video game franchises, where you don't know which game to play in what order because they don't have actual sequential titles. Like Rambo First Blood was the third movie. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Kingdom Hearts 2 is the third game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kingdom
man.
Hearts 3 is the 12th game.
Which is the one where that has the Coliseum? I want to play the one with the Coliseum. Which one is that?
You mean Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Birth by Sleep, 365 over half days, Recoded.
3 will have it as well, right?
3 has Mount Olympus, so it'll probably have the Coliseum. Chain of Memories also has the Coliseum.
I feel like for everything they can pull out of Disney
play
IP, they kind of lean heavy into that one.
Yeah, they really lean heavy into Hercules. It's weird.
Yeah, I've only ever played the first one.
Oh.
and that was enough for me. It was a good game. It's not like I got any problems with it. I just never got around to playing the other ones. I did buy one of the PlayStation 2 collections. I don't know. There's 12 of them, and now there's a new one, like you were saying. So
yeah, I actually last Saturday, which is when I got 1.5 plus 2.5. I actually started Kingdom Hearts 1 again and got all the way up to Alice in Wonderland before I stopped playing. And mainly, the reason I bought them is because my fiance is a fan of Disney, and I thought she might get a kick of walking around the Disney levels. But it took so long to actually get to something that was Disney related.
You know what was like
she got
ridiculous?
I was like, fuck.
I bought for Kinect on the Xbox 360. There was like a walking through Disneyland simulator. Like you walk through, and it's like, hey, it's Disneyland, and then when you go to like line up where the rides would be, it's like little stupid Kinect mini games. And I got that because I'm like, Disney, it'll be fun, and it was a weird experience,
awful.
man. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Remember when everybody was doing motion controls? Yeah, that was fun.
Well, like
and a couple years we're going to be saying, hey, remember when everyone was doing VR? Yeah,
well, let's go ahead and transition into the Switch revision talk.
Okay.
So, this week, I think, was it on Wednesday or Tuesday, that the Wall Street Journal they reported that there is a rumor that there's a Switch revision coming next summer, before the next summer, I believe. And they don't have any.
I thought it was late 2019.
I thought it was like before the summer.
Yeah. No, they said it second half of 2019.
Okay.
It's a rumor right now. I know it's from Wall Street Journal, but there's no details on it.
No,
it could be a hardware revision that changes it. Like think of like the revisions between like not even the 3DSs, like the PSP revisions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Look,
PSP
a better
was
screen. Yeah.
So those were my two thoughts. It's either going to be like a PSP style revision where no one actually notices, but it's got a better screen and a bit more memory and stuff like that, or it's going to be like that. We talked about it a long time ago, and I think even when the Switch first came out, I remember we had Nintendo on, and he mentioned this as an idea, like a version of the Switch that's handheld only.
Oh,
a bit more
for children,
like for children.
Yeah.
So it's a bit thicker and stuff like that. It looks. I mean, people have done mock-ups that would make it look like a slicker-looking Wii U gamepad, and I could totally see that being a thing. A cheaper Switch that doesn't have detachable Joy-Cons.
I don't think that. I think it's still too early in the
Switch's.
I think it's still too early in the Switch's lifespan to confuse the market that way, because the Switch's gimmick is still being able to play it portable and being able to play it on the TV, and you can do both of those fine. But I would say maybe a year or two down the road, like it would make sense to have different SKUs, to have Switch TV and Switch Portable, both of which are cheaper than the actual Switch because you're missing half the stuff. The Switch TV wouldn't have the screen, the Switch Portable wouldn't have the dock and all that. So both could be cheaper versions eventually, but I just don't think you want to confuse the market yet. Yeah,
it's still a little too early. Also, I think too many games almost rely on the Joy-Con being able to separate. Like, for example, Super Mario Party, which just released this week.
That's true.
Like, you can't have Joy-Cons that can't detach, because then you couldn't play that game at all.
Yeah, no. After thinking about it, I think Joy-Cons would need to detach. You're right, because then you'd also just need more of them. But I still think maybe like more plastic around it, not as slick. Doesn't
a little bit
fit
smaller.
Only,
yeah. I think you'd still get tabletop mode out of a handheld only Switch.
Oh yeah, you'd still get tabletop mode. Yeah, I think you just wouldn't be able to connect it to a dock to connect it to TV. Although thinking about it, I could almost imagine it just being a Switch, and then all they've done is put like a plastic overlay around it, so that you just literally can't put it into the dock because it's now too wide or too thick. And that's their solution.
I mean, there could be a slight revision, but I don't think we're seeing a Switch Pro. It's a little too early for anything like that. We're definitely not seeing any of that Marcus Sellers BS, because the technology for that, like, it just doesn't exist. It'd be like 4K, it's got all the flops. How many flops? All of them. It does all of the flops.
I think I was reading some comments like saying that the best that we can kind of hope for is that it's a consistent dock mode performance. Like, because when it is in dock mode, I think it has a little bit, like it does use a little bit more power, and so it can actually have a little bit better graphics and stuff like that. So if they do upgrade the Switch, then just up the portable mode to dock mode standard.
I mean, that would be good. I mean, there's a thing with dock mode where it does up the scale, like the res, but it also causes like more slowdown with some games.
Yeah.
Like I remember Breath of the Wild actually ran better when it was in handheld mode than on dock mode because the upgrade graphics and everything made the game run slowly.
It'll have more RAM, so it'll have a beefier operating system, so it'll have a built-in voice chat. That's the difference. $8 more for built-in voice chat.
But yeah, I don't think that the Switch revision is going to be something like the PS4.
Hey,
PS4
Colin.
Pro.
Hey, Colin. I don't care what you're saying in chat. You're not here, so we don't care about your opinion.
Yeah, Colin died. Colin's dead this week.
That's a ghost. You should change your YouTube name to
Colin.
Colin for the remainder of this.
So I agree with him. Yeah, I agree with Colin's ghost. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
For those of you that I guess aren't following the chat, he said, "Hey, the Switch revision is probably going to be improvements like cooling, build quality, kickstand." He didn't say it, but battery life also, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Better
Wi-Fi, better
sense.
like Wi-Fi connector. Because I remember the thing that connects to the Wi-Fi is pretty shit with the Switch.
I think
Are we going to talk about that Game Boy Snap-on for cell phone?
We can talk.
We
about
can
that.
do.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I haven't actually looked at our guys. I'm flying blind here. I did not bother to actually look at the schedule of things we're talking about.
GG.
That's okay. I made it up like 2 minutes before this started.
I am the only one on top of things today.
Yeah. In my defense, I was playing Bind of Isaac.
No. All right. Yeah, no, that Game Boy thing. I feel like that's something we've seen before. Like
we've seen third parties do it.
Yeah.
Have we? Because I feel like
Nintendo patent.
Okay, because I felt like I had seen a patent though of something like that where you flip on the screen. It didn't look like a game. To be fair, I don't think it was like specifically a Game Boy one, but it was something that gave the buttons and stuff to use.
Maybe this patent could be a protection for that, like against the
It
third
could
party.
be, yeah. It could very well be. I think it would be cool. I mean, people actually really like to play Game Boy games on their phones illegally. I know quite a few people who've replayed like the old Pokemon games and Fire Emblem games on their like Android phones. So actually, just like this is where the Virtual Console is coming. The Virtual Console's not on the Switch, so it can be on your
old school
phone.
games on a cell phone because there's no buttons. I'm fine with like JRPGs and menu-based things and slower things. Sometimes puzzle games where the controls are a little simplified, but like platformers, I have no idea. Like if you guys can do that, like more power to you. But with the virtual D-pad and buttons, not a fan.
No, I agree with you. A lot of people really like the Sonic ports on mobile, and I think they are good ports, but I just can't play them. I tried Sonic CD and I just found it really annoying to play with a virtual D-pad.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks like...
Yeah, I put an
is.
image. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Maybe that's how they'll do the Game Boy Classic.
Sorry about that.
because a Game Boy Classic doesn't make sense. Maybe they'll just sell something you attach to your cell phone that's preloaded with a bunch of Game Boy games. Yes, Colin, the Hyperkin thing is exactly, I think, what everyone's referring to.
Maybe, yeah. But no, I could see this being a thing. And I don't know how Nintendo would do it. Would they release like an app kind of... Because Sega released that app, didn't they? And then through that app, you can download old Sega games and play them on your phone. Do you think it would be like that? Kind of like how the Switch has the NES Online app, and it's through that you play all the NES games? Maybe you download like the Game Boy collection, and then you can buy Game Boy games really cheap and play them like that with an attachment.
Maybe. I wish it had 4 buttons though, so that they could give us some Game Boy Advance games too.
Yeah, maybe they'll do that down the line. You'll get a GBA version that flips over, and you can hold it horizontally instead.
Yeah, I mean,
all they have to do is program where the buttons are.
Exactly. I was about to say, to be fair, it doesn't really showing where a patent doesn't necessarily show exactly how it could be. They could add extra buttons or change things or do a multitude of things.
To be fair, they could do Game Boy Advance. I mean, looking at my phone now, I'm pretty sure my phone's bigger than the Game Boy Micro, so
Yeah.
they could pretty GBA games, yeah. Just think, I could imagine all the hate that will come out when they announce Game Boy games coming to the phone, not the Switch. Like, this is where your virtual console now lies.
It's been piecemealed.
You know what would be interesting too? If they let you use the physical controls for some of their actual, like just cell phone games, like mobile games in the future.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. I feel like the games have to be designed around that, unless they design them around that, I guess. Like future ones. This is where the Link's Awakening remake is going to be.
It's
the new Zelda mobile game.
How's that rumor still alive? Like,
I don't think it is anymore, to be honest. So it's had its chance, but it's still funny to go back.
I still see people predicting it every direct.
Predicting what?
The Legend of Zelda Link's Reawakening.
Like
that one always felt like the most bizarre one. Like the Wario Land one, I could actually totally see because Skip haven't done anything since Chibi Robo Zip Flash, and I don't feel like they're a strong enough developer to be working on the Switch yet. So using a popular IP and making a platformer seems like a really easy way to make some money, especially a Wario one where
it's been overdue.
Such a drought. Yeah, I reckon that would get them enough money to then. So everyone would still complain about it but being on 3DS and not being on the Switch.
Yeah.
Random 4549 in chat was saying hey, Game Boy Classics, but you need to be a Nintendo Switch Online member to actually use it.
That sounds likely.
Yeah. So I think there might be some truth there.
I actually, I wonder if it would be like the Game Boy Classic, but you have to do it through the Nintendo Online app on your phone.
Yep.
Like that's the app that you have to do it on.
It makes sense.
Man, I just feel like if they did do, it would make sense if they did do that. I feel like they'd have to put it on the Switch as well, just in case. I mean, people are already annoyed that you have to do it through a mobile app because not everybody has a smartphone.
Well, yeah. Or remember in Anvil's case, he has the Windows phone.
Yeah, or you have a Windows phone and you can't do it anyway.
But, I mean, with like a lot of things recently, like Pokemon Quest, it's released both on mobile and the Switch. So it's not that far-fetched that they'll do a dual release.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. So let's go on to the next thing on our agenda. And what is that? Since you're on top of this,
it's Super Mario Party.
Super Mario Party
yesterday.
Okay.
And I've had a chance to play it a bit. I wasn't the one who reviewed it, but I have played it at an event and then at home. Like I played it last weekend, in fact. And it's a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys. I'm assuming neither of you have actually played it.
Nope. I have played a Mario Party before in the past, so I think I've got an idea
A single
of
one.
of the general structure.
Yeah, so
Okay.
What's the good, what's the bad?
Yeah, I think it's really fun, actually, Super Mario Party. I think it's better than 10 and 9. The board game mode feels like the board game mode. And people have made a lot of complaints, and I think it just requires like playing and understanding. Like, people were complaining that 10 turns is now the normal and not 20 turns, except 10 turns is still like an hour-long game.
Oh.
And you can go up to 20 turns. People are like, well, why can't I play 50-turn games? It's like, you want to play a 5-hour game.
Yes.
Of Mario Party.
I mean, I think there might be some legal ramifications there. Nintendo allowing you to play those 50 turns because stuff gets violent, man.
Yeah, but like, and there are only...
Mario Party 10 Day 3.
I mean, there are only 4 boards, which I can also see as being an issue with some people because traditionally Mario Party's at least had like 6 to 8 boards. So this is still slightly less, but I won't spoil it. I won't spoil everything for anyone who is interested in it. I will say that the rhythm game in there is basically Rhythm Heaven, as a Mario Party, and it's super fun. It's like my favorite mode in the game. Whereas the River Rapids one is alright. It's like a co-op based one, but I think it lasts a little bit too long.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, it's because it's all co-op as well. Like, it's fun to yell at everyone and get everyone to fucking row the raft on the one side with the motion. But I don't feel like it's something I would do all the time with people. I think I'd stick to the sound one and the mini games, the Mario Athlon. And if you have 2 Switches, you can do the Toad's Rec Room as well.
How is the Toad's Rec Room?
Yeah, it varies. There's 4 I've played. The baseball one is really fun. The tank one's really fun. The puzzle building one, it's like a co-op one where each Switch is a puzzle, and you have to work in teams to try and solve the puzzles. And that one's okay. Then there's a banana one which is quite funny. You have two pictures of a bunch of bananas, and you have to figure out which on both switches, and you have to move the switches around until it makes like a full banana connecting them. And so it'll be like 3 ends of a banana on either side, and you have to try like spinning the switch around on the table to try and line them up, and then drawing a line between them. It's like ridiculous, but it's actually, for how really simple it is, it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, I just heard back from Alax, and unfortunately he is sick.
Yes, he is.
Oh, you're here.
There he is.
Yeah, you were talking about Mario Party. I couldn't cut you off, and I actually wanted to hear your impressions as well. Sorry for my tardiness. I woke up mega like gross and sick. I'm like, ugh. And then I looked at my phone. I'm like, no. So sorry for being late.
That's okay.
It's all right. Okay.
It is the season to be sick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, the Duke of Dorks was supposed to join us, but he was also sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm just getting over a cold myself.
Yeah, I was sick at the beginning of this week, but I've since gotten better. But now it's raining really badly outside, so I'm like wrapped up in here.
Yeah, it's super cold.
Do you have to
outside where I
have
am.
2 sets of Joy-Cons to play with another person, or can you each use one of the detached?
What, in Mario Party?
For Mario Party, like you use each one.
Yeah, so you only use one Joy-Con in Mario Party.
It's every Joy-Con on their side.
Yeah, it's like you can't use
Well,
the Pro Controller because you have to use the Joy-Con. You have to use single Joy-Con for everything. And the
Yeah, I'm trying to understand what his question was, because I don't think there's any that use 2 Joy-Cons, right?
No, there isn't any. No.
Or if you
so
want
that's
to do 2v2 and just do it by yourself.
So
there is a team mode.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain that with Alax here, this is 3/5 of the original source cast that we did.
Yeah.
Way back when.
Oh man,
Who's the
you're
fifth
not
one?
wrong.
Who's the missing?
Smash Chew
Was it-
and
And Connor, I think, who was here last week. So
yeah.
So we're 4/6 then.
All right.
let me see.
Well, Alex, I think I saw
Can you
you
do the
playing
math?
Wonder Song.
I did. Yeah,
Yes,
I
what'd
played
you
it on
think of it?
stream. I think it's really creative. Like, I didn't get too deep into it, but I did play. I don't remember where I got to, but I think it's super creative how they use color and music to like make these unique mini games, and that's how you like progress the story, and also the platforming challenges. I don't know if it gets any harder or any more dynamic or complex, but from what I played, it was like really unique how you use like the one side of the control stick to like choose the color and music, and you have to match that.
Yeah, it doesn't actually get that difficult. Like, there's always like a
Okay.
failsafe. Like, no matter what,
Yeah.
you can succeed. It's pretty accessible.
I see. And that I don't think it's bad for that. I was
Yeah.
just like, this is a cool mechanic. I wonder if they could use this in like another type of game that would be a little more challenging. However, when I played it, just like the whole vibe of the game, it has that Paper Mario text charm. The way the text boxes actually progress is really interesting. Because it sounds like you read it in your head how someone's talking, and the way it progresses, it says words slower and then it goes faster. I think it's really it got its vibe down pat. I really liked it.
Yeah, I think the narration is amazing. Like, all the characters, there's just so much dialogue for all the characters.
Yeah.
Like, you can just keep talking to people and they keep coming with unique things, and the way that you interact with the environment is great.
Yeah, all the characters, even their designs, they're just super goofy, and the overall tone of the game, it achieves what I think it wants to do. It's really fun. It's really fun. It knows what it is. I hope more people play it. I really like the style of the game, like the art style especially.
Yeah, it's very like simple, but like very colorful, like you said.
Yeah, it's a good game. My only complaint is it's like it was too easy. I'm like, okay, and it was at some points I was like, oh, that's it. I wish there was more.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like I said, unfortunately, it doesn't get much harder.
Uh,
Wow. Man, there are a lot of really good indie games on the eShop. I've been playing.
Yeah, I would rather
Lost-
play indie games half the time than AAA games. Are more engaging.
yeah.
I've got such a big backlog of indie. I still haven't played Golf Story, and I still haven't played.
Ah,
Celeste.
dude, Golf Story's so good. It's
Yeah, I've
haven't
heard that's
played-
really good.
What's that? What's that Castlevania-like one that's a prequel to that Igarashi game
Bloodstained?
that came out?
The Bloodstained.
Yeah,
I
there's
haven't played
Bloodstained,
the Bloodstained one.
Curse of
The Moon.
or something.
Curse
Curse of the Moon, and Ritual of Darkness. Yeah.
Haven't
Okay.
played
Because
that.
Curse of
Haven't
the
played
Moon-
any of the Monster Boy games.
Curse of the Moon is based off of Dracula's curse. That's why it has curse.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, Nintendex, I did remember wrong. It was you and not Connor. I don't know why I thought it was Connor on that particular one. So yeah, it's 4 out of 5. So we were all from 3 years ago, and Sourcecast #1, October 5th, 2015. This
Oh wow.
a day and 3 years ago.
A day and
First
3
video we
years.
have on our YouTube channel.
That's wild.
So yeah, that's
Surprise anniversary episode.
Wow.
Surprise!
the topics were DLC, ballot,
Oh.
and new slots.
Damn. It really was that, wasn't it? It was just like,
Yeah.
so who do you think's gonna be the DLC fighter? And I was probably saying something that was not like no one was expecting Cloud or Bayo.
I don't think anyone
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
Cloud,
This-
Bayo,
this
or Corrin.
This is
Mhm.
this is wild. It's so DLC information, what we know about Shovel Knight and Smash.
Oh, man.
Oh God.
Quagmire additional slots. A Dream Smashers Inklings article by Whoa, okay. So we talked about the Dream Smashers Inklings article by Nintendo, who is now Nintendex, and then we talked about the case for Simon Belmont
There you
by
go.
me.
Oh. Holy shit.
We're
Wow.
just slightly too early.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
man.
sorry.
Anyway,
And Shovel Knight was not exactly wrong.
no,
He eventually came in as
yeah, he
trophy.
got there. Maybe the next DLC if they upgrade assists.
Yeah. Which
Oh,
I,
man.
Then we could talk about it again.
I think they kind of have to upgrade assists this time around.
I want them to, but that's because I really want
I just-
Takamaru to.
I just want Bomberman.
I want to have my chance again. Yeah. Well, actually, I haven't released the results yet on Twitter, but I did that DLC poll
Mhm.
recently, which I guess I could do the results here. I was just curious what everyone wanted as DLC characters, and I had like 3 criteria. One was guests, one was Nintendo newcomers, one was assist trophies upgraded, and the other was Echo Fighters. So I can quickly go over that actually now that we're thinking about it, because the for the assists, the highest score was unsurprisingly Waluigi.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I know, and then it was Bomberman. Is
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, I
Then
can
it was
agree with that.
Then it was Takamaru as third.
Wow, Shovel Knight's not in
Yeah.
the top 3?
No, Shovel Knight's number 5.
Okay.
Ashley? Ashley is number 4.
Really? Jeez.
Those are
Fan
the top
bases
6.
are strong.
Yeah, and then Lynn from Fire Emblem came number 6.
I
those
think
are-
at this
those are the
point,
six.
if we got Lynn for DLC, there might be riots in the street. Like that might be one. And the
Lynn-
thing is too, like I have no problem with Lynn, and she's super popular
No.
with people that like Fire Emblem. But it's just like
There's
so many Fire Emblem characters.
Get Lynn as an assist, Hector as a Echo, and why don't you get Elderguard as a newcomer?
Yeah, Eldegard. I haven't really. All I did was see the original trailer once for Fire Emblem Three Houses. But she's like an axe user. Is she the main character, or did they split like which is the main lord?
I mean, there might be 4 main characters: an avatar, and then one who uses an axe, one who uses a bow, and one who uses a lance. And I guess the avatar will use a sword and magic, like Robin does.
I'm
But
tired of avatars in Smash.
Eldegard, the axe user, is the one that they focused on the most. So she might be like the first of the 3.
Maybe DLC when the game is a little more talked about.
Maybe.
Yeah, like I think Three Houses would be fine for DLC. And
Yeah.
Edelgard. Well,
I'm with you.
Here's the thing about
demotivated.
Edelgard, though. It's a female character that's not like a swap with that also has like a male alt, and
Right.
isn't based off a male character like Marth. And she doesn't have blue hair, and she uses an axe. So that's like enough for me to be like,
She's
it's fine.
basically not a Fire Emblem character.
The reason the whole Fire Emblem thing happened.
She'll
in the
have a
first
counter,
place-
Nintendex. She will have a counter.
Well, they have to have a counter. They have to. But all the Fire Emblem characters is just because there's Marth and Roy, and then after that was Ike. It's like, okay. And then they added Lucina, and it's like, really, guys? Okay. And then it's just so many sword users. But really, Robin and Corrin are like, I mean, many people have made the argument. It's just when you look at the roster, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Too many.
To be honest,
Too many.
It's just
to
too
be honest,
many
if they start
clones of
cutting
each other.
characters, I feel like Marth and Robin are the only 2 that really need to stay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they'd like Robin represents awakening and is a mage, and Marth is the original hero, and the rest of the even if Ike is like the most popular, I don't
Right.
feel like he's required on the
I think
roster in
Marth-
the same way that Marth and Robin are.
I think Marth, Ike, and Robin are the 3 you keep if you were to like reboot.
Yeah, if you're gonna try and condense like all of them down and like, okay, which ones are the like, most popular?
You basically get rid of
Yeah.
everybody that is based off Marth in some way in Corrin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just Corrin.
Yeah.
Going back
And
to the DLC. Going back to the DLC
Yeah.
though, speaking of Edelgard, she was number 5 on the Nintendo newcomers.
Huh.
With number 4 was Isaac.
Okay.
Number 3 was Bandana D.
Mhm.
Number 2 was Springman, and then number 1 was Rex and Pirate from Xenoblade. 2.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
No
Rex and
Banjo?
Pirate have been the top of
Jeez.
everything. Well, this is for Nintendo newcomers.
Ah.
For
I know a
third
lot of
party-
people
was gonna say-
are on board the Isaac for the base game train,
Mhm.
and even disregarding any theories out there for anything. Like he just seems so unlikely to me, and I say this as a Golden Sun fan. So I feel like his only real shot that would make sense to me is if they were actually making a new Golden Sun game and he came
Mhm.
out as like a promotional character, because he is
Yeah.
popular within the Smash fan base. But I've also said this a lot. I'm like, if everybody who wants
Mhm.
Isaac for Smash went out and bought Dark Dawn, he probably would be in Smash by now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like
that's true.
Simon is at least known by like retro people, and even
Right.
like they're known by old heads, and then even not there. He had a lot of DS games or
I-
Game Boy games and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right,
And a
and
lot of people know
Castlevania-
Castlevania.
I would argue, yeah, it would have to be a
Castlevania.
K rule situation where like you just have like the both the Japanese and the American and the European communities just saying we want this character in Smash next.
Right.
And right now that's Waluigi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well,
Actually,
they
yeah.
must. Maybe
Isaac
they.
is huge in Japan. Not Japan, in Europe, from everything I've seen. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think Isaac is possible. He's just not. There's like only like a handful of characters who are like these are the probable ones when you do like enough of this speculation. And for me, at least the roster I like predicted, I was like, I don't think Isaac's gonna make it. But he was like one of the ones where I'm like, if I had to like swap out Bandana D, it would be Isaac. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get an Isaac Mii Fighter costume, and that's gonna be the extent of it.
I don't know.
I
We
could-
haven't
I
seen
could
me.
see
We
it
haven't
being-
seen me fighter costumes at all.
Yeah.
I think it'll be that in the next direct. I think they'll focus on customization and do Mii's then, and they'll reconfirm like all the Mii costumes are coming back from the previous game, so Gino and Hiache, and then they'll announce some new ones, kind of like in a reel, like they did with the assist trophies and items.
Yeah.
And I reckon Isaac will be one of them. And that'll be like Sakurai's little throw to
The
Isaac
bone.
fans. Yeah, they'll throw the Isaac bone as a Mii costume, like he did with K. Rool in DLC.
Yeah.
And then people will get really, really upset.
That's smashers for you.
I mean, the thing is, if you go to the Smash boards, like character support threads now, it's weird as hell because all the characters I'm used to seeing aren't there.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember the days of like Ridley, the Kremlin crew with the K's, and
Yeah.
I remember Bandana Waddle Dee's still there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I know
So,
exactly
like,
what you're talking
yeah,
about.
at the end of the day, like, if the game just dropped right now and these were the characters we had, I'm like, I don't know, like, how much you could complain because he
Right?
really, yeah, he gave
Right?
us K. Rool and Ridley, which everyone's been
Right?
like wanting.
I've been saying that to
forever.
friends from home. Who we were like, we're so excited for the game, and we're all just like, honestly, the game dropped with the roster we see right now. Like even before Isabel, we'd be fine.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I'm just happy that like every single veteran ever is back.
Yes.
Yeah,
like,
me
finally
too.
glad that Young Link is home.
Yeah.
I'm
Finally
really
have my
curious to
main.
see how Young Link plays. Like that's
Same.
because I'm thinking that he'll probably be close to melee Young Link, but with more attributes from kind of Smash 4 adult Link since he got switched up a little bit more.
Yeah, I think he's going to play very similar to Melee Young Link, but just slightly more balanced.
Yeah,
in the way
I think he's going to be the most traditional.
I
He's
hope-
the most
Yeah.
traditional Link though out of all of them now.
Yeah. I hope we get
Yeah.
some Majora's Mask references with the new.
I think his final smash will be Fierce Deity Link. You won't get to run around as him or anything like that, but it'll be like he'll turn into Fierce Deity Link and either do loads of those like beam attacks, kind
As
of like
long
the
as
Wii
it's
Fit
not a
Trainer's
sword
Final
slash.
Smash, or it'll be a sword slash.
God damn it! Like I
It'll be
swear
one
to God.
of those two.
Well, Medusa's a Palutena Echo. Like I could see how you would do it, but I feel like Chrom is more the exception than the rule with Echoes. And I feel like if you're gonna make Isabel a semi-clone, why wouldn't you do that with Medusa? Like you can still
Right.
base her on Palutena, but first of all, she holds her staff in the other hand. That's just to start.
That's enough of a difference to make them semi-clones.
Yeah, I don't know. She needs some stone effects on her attacks. I
I feel like
guess
that'd
you
be
could.
a final smash or something.
I guess technically she could do anything that Palutena could do. Just give her, I guess, like Raven wings instead of angel wings or bat wings even. I don't know.
Give her snakes, just lots of snakes. Just like tons of snakes in the shape of wings.
Man, I wonder if we're gonna have challenges back, and I'm sure we're gonna have event mode back.
Yeah.
Event mode will be back. I'm pretty sure all of those sort of made modes will be back.
Ooh, I have a theory about that one. I mean, everyone has a theory, but my theory is that instead of event modes, they're gonna have. My theory for this is because all of the recent Nintendo titles, they have like a hub world. That's the menu, like Mario Party, Tennis Aces. Okay, maybe not all of them, but they have a lot of them where there's like a hub world from the menu. So Smash might have something like that as well, and that's kind of like your main story world. Oh, my mistake, my fault. But they might have that with the story mode, and event modes will be like sort of like you run around the world and you enter a room and it's like, oh, defeat XYZ, and instead of it being like menu, you kind of just traverse a world. I know that's what people think the story mode will be, but maybe that's like another way to gain like trophies and whatnot.
I mean, maybe that is what Spirit Mode will be. We don't really know what Spirit Mode is.
Right.
But we don't even know if Spirits Mode is the adventure mode or not.
Yeah.
I brought this up
that's a
with
good
people the
point.
other day, and it's like people were arguing. I made a point about Spirits Mode, and people were like, "Oh, but no, it'd be like an adventure mode." And I was like, "That could be like just under Games and More. Like they could just be a tab that's adventure mode there, and Spirits is something completely different."
I think like a full like subspace emissary, like I think that's gonna be a little bit difficult because I mean, what you saw like Sakurai's reaction after the whole ordeal. I still think there will be cutscenes. I think
I think it would be maybe completing and like your character has a cutscene or they have like their own story maybe, but
yeah.
I think they won't be CG cutscenes. Like, there's that one scene from the Castlevania trailer where Dracula's sitting on his throne and he stands up and does a flip with his cape. I think and the Rathalos flying in. I think it'll be stuff like that, like in-game cutscenes with the model doing stuff, kind of like presenting before boss fights.
Yeah, that makes
or
sense.
Something else.
because then
that's significantly easier to make as well.
Yeah,
than it is
exactly.
Making full.
There's
CG
dude, there's still all the speculation, and it's driving me crazy with box theory and blog theory and Big Bang theory and all the theories.
Big
I'm tired
Bang
of all the
Theory.
theories.
It's been canceled.
Damn it!
Give
First
it,
theory to fall, guys.
The only one I'm sold on right now is when someone found the playlist and how
Oh,
they
yeah.
updated the playlist. So within 10 days, maybe we'll see something. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
Next
and,
week,
right after
we'll
and right
see.
after that happened, they took the new banners off of Isabel, so that's looking
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
likely.
It's we'll get something next week, whether it's a full direct or a Robin style reveal, like where
Yeah.
they just drop the trailer. I'm thinking it'll be a direct. A lot of people don't think it will be because they're like, oh, how could they have the final direct now and then leave November dry? But to be honest, I think they don't want stuff to leak. There's that bundle that comes out in early November.
Mhm.
That's when the preload goes live. I feel like they want to announce at least all the characters by then,
Well, good
and then
point.
maybe have a demo drop in November, and that's what they keep people interested in. Like,
So
they're not
you
allowed to
think-
buy a demo.
You think the final direct will be this one?
Yeah, I think it could be this one. I think
Like barring
last two
DLC.
characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barring DLC, of course. I think I
Definitely.
think DLC will be announced.
Yeah.
Either
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
before the game or after the game is out.
I think regardless of if this is the final character reveal or the final direct or whatever, maybe there's a character reveal now and a direct later. I think the final direct will be at the latest early November because I think they want to do like the test punch style demo and they don't want any data mining going on.
Yeah. So
So
they'll want to
that-
get as much stuff as I think the next direct will have the final characters and be focused on all
Yeah.
the single player content as well as spirits mode, like games and more customization, vault, spirit mode. Maybe end with online and transition into
Right,
an
yeah.
online demo announcement.
Yeah.
That makes sense for me. I think
Yeah,
spirits
I
mode
mean-
is going to be big, so I think they're going to want more focus on that than anything else.
I would really like to see Smash be like a continued service, kind of like Splatoon, where they have like regular updates.
Oh, for
So-
sure. I
Well,
wish.
that's
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think everyone.
Yeah. But
I want it.
No.
I hope you're right, though.
that's
No, I
what the
don't-
last direct's
I don't
going to
want
be.
anyone-
Just Sakurai talking about how you can unlock Smash chests. These Smash chests give you a chance every day of unlocking a new item. It's a great new service we're giving you here at Nintendo. Smash chest.
But Sakurai, what about the balance?
If you have a
He's
Nintendo
like, do you
Online
remember-
subscription, you get the first 10 for free.
so
Do you remember the RNG of custom moves like that, but for everything you actually want?
oh god. So there's a technical question in the chat. So couldn't they just isolate the game's content for the demo? I'm pretty sure that's what they did for the 3DS demo. This is I'm sorry I can't read your name. But they can't really isolate the game's content because the way that they usually make demos is they usually just use the game's files and then like start like removing stuff, but they can never always remove everything. Like if you look
Yeah.
at like the Pokemon what's the newest generation, Sun and Moon, like when those demos went live, it had all of the data, the Pokedex data for the shiny Pokemon, I believe. And so like
yeah.
effectively they were leaked because
And-
they forgot to remove the
yeah.
shiny ones.
And you have to remember, when the 3DS demo came out, we already knew what all the characters were going to be in Smash 4.
Also-
because they'd already been leaked by the ESRB link. And I'm pretty sure they did find stuff like references to like other modes and stuff.
It
like,
wasn't as accessible. I mean, I'm
Smash
the one that did like most of the early data mining for the 3DS. So like when the demo first came out, like only a few people, like as far as I remember, only a few people could actually rip the files and everything like that. And so we didn't actually have all the contents. But once the game came out, that's kind of when like I'm blanking on his name, but the Pokemon data miner. That's when he would...
Shiny Quagsire.
No, not there's a different one. Capox.
Kim-
His Scires, I think his name is. Cirrus.
no clue.
Yeah. They started doing like more and more data extractions and texture extractions, and that's when it started blowing up.
Okay.
So
But
It's
yeah,
not safe
my
this time.
original point. My original point in bringing up all the theories and stuff was just saying how everybody's so obsessed with the character count, but I want to know if we have Stage Builder back. I want to know more about how the Mii's work now. If we have more Mii costumes. I want to know how Break the Target is. I want to know. I want to know not only in Spirits mode. I know there's bosses. I want to know what bosses we have. I want to know if I can get a Wily Eggman team up boss fight, because that's all I want. If that's in this game, then that's fine. I don't need anything else ever again.
Yeah. I think a lot of the stuff is exciting, really exciting, and that I want to see from single player stuff. Because the last direct focused like a ton on just Smash and multiplayer. And stuff. And while we've got classic mode, that's pretty much like the only single player stuff we've got. I want to see if they've made All-Star mode like actually decent.
I want more Mii costumes and for DLC, because Zonakin's saying it here. I do want Mii costumes. I don't mind them having more as DLC, but I also want actual character costumes as DLC.
Yeah,
we already have a couple in the game,
same here.
so that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm wondering if some of them costumes will have like alternate colors themselves. Like, 'cause obviously you have in the demo there was only Builder Mario and Wedding Mario only had one each, but we know that the demo doesn't have like the Meta Ridley outfit, for example, for Ridley. And for Little Mac, it only has the green hood with wireframe and then just a regular wireframe outfit, I feel like. So they're clearly hiding some alts. And so I want to know whether or not we'll be able to get like a Wrecking Crew colored version of the Mario Builder outfit. Or like a black wedding suit for Mario.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with Ridley, at least, we've seen at least 9 costumes, 9 alts for him.
Yes, we have,
So it's quite possible that we'll get a ton of alts for different characters. I know Mario...
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I know Mario has had, like, 2 or 3 cut because of those that we haven't seen yet. So,
dude, the Fire Flower Mario, I feel like, is an important palette for him.
Yeah.
I know, and it's not there anymore.
As well.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be an Echo Fighter.
Yeah.
Mario.
Yep.
On fire.
I still kind of want them to do a Charizard Echo that has, just so he can get his Rock Smash back. I don't know what you do.
Just Charizard as a separate thing.
Charizard, and now Charizard alone.
Lonely Charizard.
That is the laziest Echo they could do.
Shiny Charizard.
There you go.
Someone told me, I said that once, they're all like, you could kind of rework Dragonite into that and be like, that's cool. Yeah, sure.
Dragonite was the one I was thinking of.
Well, you could just do Ash's Charizard. Like, it doesn't listen to like half your inputs.
Okay, yeah. So, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I never actually finished going over the DLC stuff.
Yeah, do it.
My Twitter thing.
Yeah.
So,
got on a Smash tangent.
Very quickly, with Echo Fighters, Ken was 5th, Ribbon Girl was 4th, assuming Springman gets it. Octoling was 3rd, Dixie Kong was 2nd, and Shadow the Hedgehog was 1st.
Okay.
And then
a lot of people want Shadow this time around.
Yeah. A staggering amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want Shadow.
It's odd. It's odd if his assist trophy is actually cut and he actually is not an Echo. It's weird.
Yeah, he's just not in the game anymore.
I think he is an Echo. I really do.
I'd like him to be an Echo.
Yeah,
it's a very easy Sonic Echo. There's no like if you're doing Echoes. It's very like easy.
It just depends on Sega.
Right.
Like Sonic. The Sonic
They
series.
don't want Shadow anymore.
the Sonic series didn't get that much music. Like
we already had a lot of music.
Yeah, we had like 18
all it
tracks.
needs is "Can You Feel the Sunshine Back," and then everything's fine.
Ooh, yeah. We need some Sonic R music, like all remixes.
But we
Just
know
the
this
whole
time
album.
that Sakurai let the developers choose what songs to do. Which
No,
is why
he
they
did
got a lot
that
more
with the
Mega
last
Man
game as well.
remixes.
Yeah,
Oh, did he?
Yeah. That was the same as last game. Like he basically has like
Maybe
a
people
list.
hate Sonic remixes.
No, it's
maybe
Sega.
Everyone's too afraid to touch it.
I think it's like I really
see.
think it's like a Square Enix kind of situation.
They just don't want to have the songs changed.
It's like either like licensing or like music rights, like trying to.
They are a little weird with Sonic. That's why he has those weird bracelets instead of actually changing colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they have the Crush 40 guy doing music for Smash. and I'm pretty sure if there's any rights issues, it's probably with him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
if he's
I don't
working
know.
on Smash, I don't see how he could then also be like, well, actually, I don't want any of my songs in the game.
I remember arguing with people like tooth and nail about Konami because people are like, Konami is terrible to work with. I'm like, yeah, no, maybe if you're like a content, if you're actually like a creative at Konami, if you work for Konami, maybe that's awful. But they like as a company, they have like good long-standing relationships with most of the large Japanese developers, and they just want money. So they were like, yeah, sure, Nintendo, do whatever the hell you want with our characters. We're cool. Just give us money. We don't have to work. Win-win for Konami.
Yeah. Well,
Speaking of the third party,
let's
just
move
to
over
go
to third party. Sorry,
Just to go over the final list, the fifth
Yeah.
place was actually tied between Heihachi and Sora,
mhm.
and then fourth place
Yeah.
was Gino, fifth place was Rayman, second was Crash Bandicoot, and first was Banjo-Kazooie.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I really
That sounds
do
about
think that if because I know it's been rumored for a while, Minecraft stuff. If Minecraft stuff does get in Spirits mode or whatever, then I feel like Banjo and Kazooie as DLC is really likely. Just because all we really need is confirmation
Hmm.
that Microsoft and Nintendo are willing to work together on
I
this.
think they are. Like,
And I think they are as well. We just need
Yeah.
something that actually shows it, and I think Minecraft stuff in the game would do that. And
Mhm.
Banjo-Kazooie is one of those characters like Bandana D, who's like really heavily requested
hmm
for
Yeah.
Smash. I mean, I feel like, not just from this poll, but just looking over all polls, Banjo-Kazooie is almost always one of the top third-party requests for Smash.
I think that it would probably come with some other contractual promises. Yeah, like maybe there would be a port of the old Banjo games onto Switch or something like that, and maybe Nintendo would have to do something for Xbox. I mean, dealing with the
Right.
Banjo stuff. I don't know. Like, I think there's more give and take because of the situation with those two companies. But I mean, it's
Mhm.
possible.
Yeah,
think
we've
that'd
never
be
seen
a
them
lot.
do that, but I think you're right. I think it'd have to be a give or take. They have been requested for a while, so if the reason they didn't add them in the past was probably because of the relationship with Microsoft, but now it's like it's 2018 now. Maybe they have a little
Yeah.
bit more to work with on the relationship.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they're doing crossplay. They've got Minecraft on Switch.
Right.
Microsoft even advertised the Switch with their Minecraft stuff back in E3.
Mhm.
It's like, unlike Sony and Xbox, who are clear competitors, they're much more like, well, people can have an Xbox One and a Switch. They don't actively compete for the same market and the same space. So I think teaming up to crush Sony would be the way that Microsoft want to go forward with this. And if that means that allowing stuff like Rare Replay on Switch and having Banjo-Kazooie in
Mhm.
on like Smash, I think Microsoft would be fine.
Well, I
with
think
that.
like Microsoft. I mean, it's I don't know. Like, it's been weird. Like not this E3, but the one before that. It seemed like Microsoft was just pushing like Windows as like the next gaming platform,
Yeah,
and like trying to
I-
get Xbox gamers on Windows. But now, like, they just bought like a bunch of studios and everything like that. So
I think that's part of it. I think Microsoft is stepping away from actively going up in the hardware space. I mean, they still want the Xbox
Yeah.
there, but they've always been pushing the Xbox One as a
it's like a brand.
multimedia device
Mhm.
rather than it being specifically a games console. So I think they're
Red
just trying to
Baron-
put Xbox as a brand and have Xbox stuff anywhere they can do, whether it be PC or on the Switch or actually having an Xbox console.
Okay.
Yeah, Red Baron brings up a great point. Yeah, in the chat that something that Nintendo could definitely gain from this is the ability to put rare games onto the N64 Mini or N64 Classic.
Yeah, if that is the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I feel like you would need to have in a Nintendo 64 Mini because so much of its library is.
Yeah, I mean, you don't 100% need it, but it definitely helps.
Yeah. What do you think, Alex? What games on the N64 Mini would you like?
Well, the two Banjo games, if that was ever to happen, that would be
Mhm.
a must. I don't think Conquer would happen.
Yeah.
I doubt Conquer would. But you just need your classics like Mario 64, Mario Kart, the Mario parties. Like, I love the Mario Party games. So
Mario
having that
Party
available
2.
on Switch, yes, having that available on Switch You would just need and the Zelda, like, see, that's where it gets hard because
F-Zero X, Paper Mario, Mario Party, Kirby 64,
yeah,
Perfect Dark if we get the rare stuff.
Yeah, Perfect Dark would be really good for first
GoldenEye.
person shooter.
Yeah, GoldenEye
Yeah,
is like.
there wouldn't be there
That's
wouldn't be many
extra
third
hard.
parties.
Yeah.
Pilot Wings
Castlevania
64?
64.
Oh, Castlevania 64.
You could have Mega Man 64 to be.
You could have Resident Evil 2 on there if you
Yeah.
wanted to.
Gex
I wonder.
3D.
Ooh, Gex 3D. All right, done. Greatest console of all time.
it
I
would
do-
be. Holy
yeah.
man.
You know what that console would have? Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, Smash 64 was supposed to be a masterpiece in Smash for Wii U.
That
Oh,
would have
was
been fun.
Yeah,
that
it's been
would've been-
interesting. I'm wondering if they'll do something for that
Um,
next year, because next year is obviously Smash 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Nintendo have been making a big deal out of 20th anniversaries with Kirby and Mario and Zelda and not Metroid. And I wonder if Smash Brothers is
Breaking
Like-
up.
big enough that they could get like a proper, maybe an art book or DLC could be based around the 20th anniversary. Get Metal Mario as an echo of Mario.
There you go.
Go all out. Add those missing 3 Nintendo 64 stages.
hmm
Oh, Sakurai making an art book would be amazing. Just like
Oh yeah.
Yes.
for people like us, at least, it would just be like I'd buy that immediately.
hmm
Yeah.
I think
I want just high quality versions of the Nintendo 64 artwork.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
man.
That'd be so good. and
I
the
think
and
they're
the
eventually
artwork
going
that's
to-
the artwork that's
Sorry.
that's on the front box and the banner, but like as separate things.
Right. I know exactly what because I look for stuff for videos and it's just like, oh man, it's like either small or part of a big artwork.
hmm
Yeah, I want them all set because I know that they've clearly been made separately and put on a background. So give it to
Yeah.
us separately.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be so nice.
So I guess let's go ahead and go on to the next thing.
We
Instead
kind of
talking
already
about Smash
are.
for an hour.
Yeah.
Well, instead of talking about Smash, let's go on to Smash News. Yeah, it's great.
So I mean, we mentioned this before, like that there might be news next week because of several hints. Alex, what do you think? Do you think that's very likely that we'll get news next week?
I think it's likely, unlike Nintendox, I think it might just be a smaller, like single reveal type thing. Only because I think there is going to be a direct later or up closer to November, and I feel like there's going to be 2. So either is going to be one like right now, like you say, and then one closer to the end of November, revealing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's going to be more likely 2 because they just have a lot to cover still, and I think they're going to give Spirit its own spotlight, and then maybe a reveal a character. But I feel like they're going to go over modes now that they have like a good. They laid the groundwork for what the game's going to look like.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm thinking they're going to go with it. I could be 100% wrong. I'm just hoping to see characters like Banjo. Honestly, Banjo's the last character I really want to see.
Yeah.
So
I think like personally, I think like third-party characters like Banjo, I think like they make more sense as DLC just because of contract rights, like contracts and like
Yeah.
negotiations and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
You
why
know,
I'm
my
not expecting
ultimate,
DLC.
my ultimate DLC want right now is a character from a different Final Fantasy that comes with a stage with a lot of Final Fantasy music. So in Midgar. I don't care about the character.
A music
More
pack.
Final Fantasy music. Yeah.
I think if they do a character reveal, just a character reveal next week, rather than a direct, I could see it be just like Ken Echo, because I know that's obviously rumored and stuff. And it's something I was just thinking about. How would they go about revealing him, especially being a third party, and you kind of want to put a bit of focus on it. So maybe they just like drop a trailer for Ken,
My
and that's it. Although I feel like that would upset people because it's just an Echo Fighter.
yeah,
I think a lot of people are like hoping that if it's just a character reveal next week and not a direct, it would like destroy the box theory,
well,
because they feel like a final direct would have to announce a newcomer.
my personal theory is like last week we got like Pokemon music, so maybe the direct will be before the next music update. And
That'd be nice.
Then we get
I don't know, man. Like
Pokemon next
I don't pay
Tuesday.
any attention to music. The way music's uploaded doesn't mean anything. To
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it says Bloody Tears Monster Dance. That's the only time something got uploaded that I knew
Yeah, I agree.
might have been a hint of something.
Wait a minute, let me take a look at that.
Sounds a lot like Gallagher to me. Oh man, I just want a better Pac-Man stage.
What,
Too bad.
You don't like Pac-Land?
Yeah.
Pac-Land. Now that they didn't bring back Icicle Mountain, Pac-Land is the worst stage in the game.
Even Icicle Mountain's better than Pac-Land, let's be real.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
No,
That's a
Pac-Land's
hard-
amazing. You
It's
guys are
not
just
the Jungle
haters.
Beat stage.
Oh yeah, that. Never mind. That's
Yeah.
the worst
Yeah,
of
yeah.
all.
The Jungle Beat
Rumble
was the worst one.
Falls.
Yeah.
I have a personal theory that if there are other stages to be revealed, or if not, maybe for DLC, we might get Pac Maze 2.
Yep.
Because I don't think the original Pac Maze will come back, the 3DS one, because of the gimmick. But
yeah.
we've seen them do that before. Pac Maze 2. That's all, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think
like-
if they made a new Pac-Man stage, it would have to be around the original Pac-Man just to fill that sort of. void.
Eventually, we can get
Yeah.
Pac-Maze X. Yeah.
Wait, somebody mentioned Secret of Mana. About what? I don't know. Randy's awesome. Put Secret of Mana stuff in the game.
Maybe as a trophy. I want to see more. I want to see more guest stuff, even if it's playable characters like
Yeah.
new costumes or trophies or spirits or something like that. Like I'd really like a Goemon Mii Fighter costume.
Yeah,
that is all.
that's a character that would fit perfect as a Mii Fighter costume.
Yeah,
And even though Shovel Knight is an assist trophy, I feel like his proportions work as a Mii Fighter. So
Yeah.
I would be down with that for a costume as well.
yeah, I think that'd be a really good costume as well. 'Cause it's one of those ones where the helmet could block out the face, like costumes where you can't tell it's a Mii underneath.
Yeah.
They're always
Yeah.
better.
The perfect Mii fighter costumes are the ones where you have something covering your face and the character's proportions work. So like
Yeah.
Gino is actually a pretty good one. If it had
is.
like
if you get
more-
the face right on Gino,
Yeah.
it's really good. Like
right, whereas Isabel looks like somebody killed and skinned Isabel and is wearing her as a costume.
Yeah. And
yeah, those are the
Tails.
worst ones. Tails and Knuckles.
And Knuckles.
They're so hideous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah. Anyway.
yeah. Alex, what do you think? What's your most want? Now that
My most wanted character has to be Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Don't think it's gonna happen. I've pretty much given up. If they're gonna do like an RPG character, it's probably gonna be Gino. At least that's my line of thinking right now. And pretty much everyone else's too. So I've kind of just given up on that. Maybe I think the character could be super unique, has good music. They represented it correctly, even if they didn't do the partners thing, because I know that's what a lot of Paper Mario fans want.
Yeah.
They want them to do partners from the first two games. I think they would honestly go with just a paper aesthetic, like in
Yeah.
Sticker Star and Color Splash.
Yeah.
Do stuff like that, unfortunately. But I still think that would be cool for a moveset like archetype for the character, just because I mean the only other flat character is Game and Watch. So I mean I'll die on this hill no matter what. And
Yeah, I think
in terms of other stuff, I would just want to see adventure mode, and if there is an adventure mode, because I'm not gonna always be playing with someone. If I'm on stream and I need something to do when I'm not playing with other people, I'd really like to have a single player mode that's fun.
Yeah.
Good single player content.
Yeah, my Smash Wii U single player time ended up being just me playing against computers on random stages.
Yeah.
There's no,
Yeah, the classic on the Wii U was pretty
It felt weird. It just didn't feel like
Yeah.
classic mode.
Well, classic mode on the new one looks a lot better. I like that it's actually all themed.
Yeah.
And stuff, and it also looks a bit shorter, which is good when there's 70 something characters to play through.
Yeah, you could play it on the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm wondering how they'll do All-Star mode. Will All-Star
Yeah.
mode just be split up into? I could see it being split up into just 8-player matches where
Yeah,
you
that's
fight
likely.
it will 100% be in the order that it is on the website. Order introduced into Smash.
Yeah.
So fight the original 8+ Dark Samus, and then go on like that.
I think it would
That's so
count down.
weird.
I think it
It's
would.
so
think
weird
it'll
that Dark
count down.
Samus is going to be part of the original 8 in anything.
Remember Dark Samus from Smash 64? Oh boy.
That's my biggest issue actually with how things are split up in Smash, and I know the reason they do it is to signal out that these aren't full characters,
Yeah.
and also so that you can stack them when people want to stack them. But I feel like when you don't stack them, the clones really, or the echoes should really be like when they got introduced, because it's weird.
Mm.
It's weird having them where they're at.
Yeah, there's. I don't see why they can't make that the default. I know putting it beside the other character makes it easy when you're deciding, but it really just, at least for me aesthetically, it just messes me up because I like looking at it and be like, oh wow, I remember this is the roster from Melee, and this is the ordering of the characters added in Brawl.
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll have customization of the CSS, because we've seen it. You see it in the demo, and it looks a lot like the Smash 4 one. But then in like almost every direct, they've always had it look like Smash 64 when they have the character icons there. And so I'm wondering if they'll let you customize the CSS.
Sakurai just got sick of
Like-
people like complaining about the CSS. He's just like, fix it yourself.
Do it yourself, yeah. Like I'm sure it's not that hard to move stuff around, and then people can have it by series order, by order it appeared, or yeah. Now maybe you can put the Echo fighters on top of each other. Maybe you can split the Mii fighters up into 3 separate boxes rather than all being one.
Yeah, you know what would be rad if you could select favorite stages or have like a set list of stages you go to, because there's so many right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can preset rules, so that'd be a neat little feature. And there are clearly like a section for tabs on stages, but there's no other tab.
Yeah. Do you think what do you think those tabs will be?
I am not certain what the tabs are because I don't remember what they look like.
I'll try to find a picture.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, by the way, I also think we're going to get something next week, because that was the actual topic.
No, like I think they have to like spread out what they have just to continue keeping interest for the game. I don't remember if they did that with Mario Odyssey and they showed off a new like kingdom each and every, not week, but they just kept showing stuff off as it was being released. I think they just needed to keep the interest of the game up. I think it released this month. Oh yeah, it did release on the 27th. So, but over the summer they did do stuff like that where they had like different playing showcases at different events and they went around different places to allow people to play it. I know I got the chance to do that.
Yeah, I think Nintendox played it at one event as well.
I played it at
Yeah.
E3, and I was gonna go to CEO as well, but like it didn't pan out at the last minute. I think it's because I literally was out of town the weekend before and the weekend after, and I'm like, I can't just drive to Orlando in 3 hours to play. Yeah, I'm like, I already played it like over 2 hours at E3. I don't need to do it
By the way,
again.
I put the stage select screen on the stream. So
Yeah.
Oh,
I see
nice.
it.
Thanks.
yeah. So you can see like the
I've-
tab that we're talking about. It says normal.
Yeah. And I've been crazy.
oh,
I've been crazy
yes.
lucky with Smash.
I
Like
didn't even
demos.
notice.
Yeah.
Maybe they organized them, but sorry, they organize them by appearance. Maybe that would be really, or I guess it already is, but they separate them into game.
That'd be nice. If it just lets you have the customizable option to do that. I mean,
Right.
some
And-
people think that they have tabs there so that for DLC can be its own tabs. And potentially, if you can make custom stages, that will also be its own tab as well.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense to have a like normal tab up there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I feel like customization is a big theme of this Smash. It looks like almost everything can be turned on or off, and it just gives you so many options, hazards. It's this Smash seems to be about Sakurai giving us options and control of how we want to play Smash. So I think that sort of stuff makes sense. I'm not saying it'll happen, but it makes sense.
I
When
hope
I
he gives
wonder,
us he gives us a playable debug menu. Here,
Go full
go
all
crazy. Yeah.
The new
You
training
know that-
mode is really good.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
new training mode is
beautiful.
really nice. I wonder where that stage will appear on the CSS when you go into training mode. Will it take over random spot, or will it just appear after Castlevania?
I think
Or
they
are
said-
you only forced to use that stage and you can't train on any other?
I feel like they may have said that, but I could be getting it wrong. They like it's the only stage you see in training mode. It's like the default training mode stage. But I mean, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it just seems a bit weird. Like,
Yeah.
'cause surely you want to train to practice on the stages, right?
Yeah.
So, oh well. Do we know if where it says normal, if that changes when you put it on
Like my music.
like no, not my music, Omega mode and Battlefield mode?
I think
Like, does it change to say Omega and Battlefield?
I think for Omega you press a button again, right?
Well, I think you press a button for both of them, but that's what I'm wondering. If you just press a button to change it, does that name change as well, or does it just stay as normal?
I will try to find out.
Yeah, because if you can find out, because if it just stays at normal, then I think that maybe, what if Stage Builder, rather than building stages from scratch, you can just edit the ones that are already available.
Yeah.
And so you can like however you want to do it, customize the existing stages. I don't know what you'd be able to affect, but it's just a thought.
So yeah, we got lots of music in this Smash also.
Yes,
And
900.
the music is kind of interesting
So
because
many good songs.
it's like based
Yeah,
on
and-
series.
A lot of the ones that they're releasing on the blog updates are. It's just a pleasant surprise because I remember I did a video over a year ago. Maybe it was 2015. No, that seems way too long ago. Maybe it was 2017, and it was you were in it, Push, and it was like the next Smash and what we want.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
D1 actually, D1, he gave me 10 minutes. I'm like, dude, I only needed like a minute. But I listened to his, so I had to condense it down to like 2 minutes and like basically just give him everything or break down everything he wanted. And one of the things that he actually said, he's just like, so I hate seeing grand finals matches on Smashville and you just hear the Roost playing. And I feel like what Sakurai said exactly was what he said. And they made all these new remixes for Animal Crossing. When I heard that one, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, Happy Home Designer, how did you do this? And it's kind of crazy, this down the line. It's like, did he listen, or was this already something he was thinking himself? Because that's incredible, and I'm so glad so many of the songs are actually, like, way cooler.
Yeah.
The Mario remix was really cool. I just love how big band they're all sounding and frantic they all are. Oh,
Yeah, I
very,
think the only
very excited.
two disappointing songs so far have been the Fire Emblem one, which is just really boring, and then the Pikmin one, just because I always forget they released a Pikmin one.
Some people are really not fans of that F-Zero remix.
I love that. I love that
F-Zero
remix.
was
yeah, I
the best
liked
one.
it. I liked
Yeah,
it.
but I've heard a lot of people complain about it. My favorite
Me-
are probably, I don't know, Mega Man. The Mega Man 4 one's good. The Castlevania one's awesome, but I just like the music from those series. So
Right.
it's more impressive to do something from Happy Home Designer and make it sound kind of badass than like take a Castlevania song and make it sound badass because, you know, Happy
Yeah.
Home Designer.
I've always
That
loved
Pokemon
Gangplank.
remix was really good too. Oh yeah, and of course, yeah, Gangplank Galleon's like
That
the
one's like
best.
my favorite
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
the
Gunpla
Mario
Galleon
one.
one's good.
The Mario one was really fun. Like I know we've heard enough remixes of that song, but I don't know what it
Hmm.
did. I guess that one was just fun. The Pokemon one was good too.
So
I
like
still
how the
like
gang-
the composers that they've used for some of them. Like, I still love that the composer, if I think Metal Gear Solid 3 and Zone of Enders, is the one who did the Snipper Clips remix.
Hmm.
And
Ooh, I
like,
almost
just
forgot about that remix.
Yeah, me
out
too.
of context, like just random people doing really like. There's a lot of Konami composers actually. A lot of people who worked on Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill doing really upbeat songs that don't fit at all with the usual repertoire.
after years of doing the same like droning atmospheric music, time to just do an happy home designer remix. I'm so surprised they did that, and like when I was listening to it, it does not sound like Happy Home Designer at all. But damn, they're coming out to play with the songs this time. I'm really excited for some Zelda remixes as well as like I hope they do Sonic. I know we talked about it, but I really hope they do some Sonic remixes.
I feel like they're gonna have at least one track from Sonic Mania and one from Sonic Forces. Whether or not they go with the original or they go with the new one, I don't know. I feel like they gotta. Those are the two new big Sonic games. since Smash 4 Wii U, so I feel like they need to have at least one song from them.
I'm really curious on who's the guy that did all the Fire Emblem remixes.
Well, if they're all like this, the bloody Fire Emblem Heroes one, then I'm not interested.
By the way, I checked out the tab, and for Omega stages, it does change.
It does change, okay.
Yeah. So it's the same tab, but it
Interesting.
just changes the top of it.
Okay, then. Alright. Coolios.
Yep.
Oh,
So what's
I see.
the next topic here?
I think questions.
Questions. I'll start.
Already? Oh shoot, man.
Well, we're actually an hour and 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
Time
So how
flies,
many
guys.
questions?
Oh, I
how many
didn't even
questions do we
realize
have?
Because you got here late.
Yeah. Sorry.
We have like 15 or 16.
Sure,
Okay.
do it.
Wow. Yeah, let's go through questions then.
Okay, so the first one is by Yosofu, who says, not really a question, but I want to hear you guys discuss Final Smashes that haven't been revealed yet. So I know we talked about a little bit about Young Link.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other ones that we don't know.
Yeah.
I think
you're
Wolf.
right.
Yeah. Well, we've seen wolves. It's the Wolfen.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. We haven't seen it, but I think they said that in
It's
his
in.
update.
Yeah, well, it's in Wolf's character trailer. Like, I believe the
Oh,
trailer.
okay.
The trailer
Yeah.
starts with the Wolvens flying, and then it transitions to him flying
see.
into the stage.
So is it like?
It's-
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, I'm
look
pretty
that
sure it's probably just going to be like Fox and Falco's,
Yeah.
but instead he uses the Wolvens and flies in.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
I
think
want to
So
know.
we're
Diddy's,
missing
Final Smash.
Yoshi,
Who's?
Luigi, Captain Falcon,
Diddy Kong.
Peach, Daisy, Young Link, Meta Knight, Diddy Kong, Lucario, Rob, Greninja, Duck Hunt. I think they showed Duck Hunt actually. Wii Fit Trainer.
yeah, they've shown Duck Hunt. Yeah,
The Mii Fighters.
I think
and
they've
Robin.
shown Wii Fit Trainer. Robin's is the one that's the most interesting because Chrom's gone.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if because I like the idea of doing heroes and villains. Like they've been setting that up, and Robin can also double over as Grima, who's the main villain of Fire Emblem Awakening.
Oilers,
So-
dude.
I'm wondering if he'll have like a Grima final smash or something. Like it goes to a cutscene one, and then Grima appears and just fires like a fuck off laser.
It'll probably just be lazy and they replace Prom with
We
just
have-
another random character from Awakening.
Yeah, we haven't seen Yoshi's yet.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do much different unless they try to tie it into a new game. But
Well,
Well, they have to as a transformation
yeah.
before.
Yeah, they're removing all the transformations ones. Yeah, Yoshi's was a transformation.
well, they could still do that and make it like a cinematic. But I don't know if they would choose
Yeah.
like something from Super Mario World
Mm.
to something from like
Yoshi's New Island.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
The giant egg. Just loves it.
Like Pac-Man's just a giant egg rolling everywhere.
I think
I think-
Pichu's
yeah.
Pichu's kills you and Pichu.
Diddy Kong's is an interesting one. I don't know what they would do unless this is where Dixie Kong comes in. It's the
The tag team.
what's that? The Kong Pow move
yeah.
from Tropical
yeah.
Freeze. With just Dixie Kong as part of his final smash.
That would be so sad.
I think actually
Yeah.
Luigi's pretty interesting because they could probably use the poltergeist.
Yeah, I think Luigi's could stay the same. I think the whole idea is that they're got to be faster, got to be more immediate.
I think the green, the negative zone is too slow.
Yeah, but that's not Luigi's final smash. In Smash 4, he uses the vacuum cleaner.
Oh yeah.
He sucks everyone in,
Yeah,
and then the vacuum explodes.
They really didn't
Like,
show
they
that
could just
off?
do the same.
I don't-
No, they haven't.
Oh,
No,
interesting.
but because he's got a new Poltergust now, that might be why they didn't
Ah.
show it off. Maybe he has the one
Oh.
from Luigi's Mansion 3 now.
Mhm.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, Lucario, like what Zonican said, Lucario probably just become Mega Lucario and then uses Brawl Final Smash.
Mm.
Especially because Ness and Lucas inherited his Final Smash, and now they've gone back to their old one.
Yeah.
So I could see Lucario just going back to his old one.
Yeah.
I
After
don't know
that, we
about
have
others.
Peach and Daisy.
Any ideas, Alex?
Peach and Daisy, no idea for Daisy. I gets Maybe they will do a cinematic where she gets on her cart and combos you to cart and then hits you with a tennis racket. I have no idea for Peach. It might just be the cinematic again, and they just do a cinematic, and then you go back to the stage and everyone's asleep. But I feel like that's not. I feel like they're gonna remove like janky ones like that, where it's just a kill move, or it's not a kill move. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
Peaches has to be different because it's
Maybe
just it's a weird one.
They'll give her the parasol. From
For what though? And do what though?
I don't know. I'm just trying to throw out ideas.
She needs
Army
Super
of
Princess
Toads.
Peach,
A
super
horde of
emotion
toads.
Yes, horde of
A
toads.
horde of just like piles on everybody, and then that's it.
They're all just saying hello.
Hey, oh, hey, hello.
Toad Stampede. Oh man, no, that's gonna be Yoshi's new final smash is gonna be Yoshi Stampede, like in the intro to Melee.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
That would be a good one.
that would be a good one.
Wii Fit Trainer.
I
That's
think
gonna be
Wii
the
Fit
same.
Trainers has been seen though. I think Wii Fit
Yeah,
Trainers
Wii Fit's
has
in the
been
demo, right?
Is it?
No,
think
she's
so.
not. But
No.
I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure it's in her character trailer. She just has the same final smash as before with all the.
Yeah, there's
puzzles.
literally zero reason to change that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just make it. No, you don't. You wouldn't even have to. I'm gonna see the trailer right now.
Yeah, it's pretty instant and stuff. So
Yeah.
I feel like we have seen Wii Fit Trainers somewhat.
yeah, and it's not like Wii Fit got like a fantastic new game that changed the way things go in that series. They had Wii Fit
The
U, which
lore.
was basically Wii Fit. Yeah.
The lore has been flipped on its head. A butterfly changed the entire lore.
That's gonna be Meta Knight's new.
Yeah, that's gonna be the new Kirby newcomer.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that Lucario probably still Mega Evolves, but that he does his old Brawl Final Smash after he Mega Evolves.
Kind of like Mewtwo.
Instead of Goku, they just give him a Kamehameha. They just
He'll get a Spirit Bomb.
yeah.
Yeah, he glows gold.
Or a bomb.
And then... I can't think of any other characters.
Rob. What about Rob? Hello, did I lose everyone? I think I lost everyone. Hello? Well, it's just me, so hold on a second. Everyone is dead.
Did that fix it?
Okay.
Oh, I can hear you now. What just happened?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't know
We're
what happened
good.
there.
Weird.
Very
Nope.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, Nintendex was talking about how there were no. Last thing I heard was Nintendex talking about how there's no other characters for Final Smashes that he can think of.
Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
suggested Rob, but and then it went dead. So
Yeah. Okay. I didn't hear you suggest Rob. But
Rob's Final Smash is removing everyone from
everyone
the call.
is just dead.
Rob's is he crushes you. You go into Gyromite, and then he crushes you with like the little thing, the platforms you have to change up or down, and that's how you die.
Yeah, the pillars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lots of little Robs come in and blow up, and then Rob.
They get the bomb from Subspace Emissary.
Yeah.
Oh, the last of the kind. Well, the next question, moving on, is by Alpha. He says, after the outcry over Waluigi, how likely do you think that we'll see assist trophies be promoted to playable characters as DLC? Especially
kinda talked
since-
about this.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about
Yeah.
this, but
Yeah.
Chances, I guess.
yeah. Do you think it's very likely?
I don't know. Personally,
Unfortunately, I think it is. I think if it was going to be like considered at any point, it would be right now because the game, it's likely done and they're just finalizing some stuff. So this is the point where they're going to start thinking about DLC and what they're going to do for the next year of the game. And I think if they were ever going to they were ever going to talk about like moving assists up, it would be now. And unfortunately, this is when like the Waluigi outcry is at its highest. I've heard a
You
lot
say
of
that-
like, oh,
You say
yeah,
that as
I
if you
say
don't
that.
want Waluigi in the game.
I do want Waluigi. Just I've tweeted about it, and I've just had like the masses come at me, being like, and just like threads that I'm still mentioned it. I'm like, guys, I don't care about this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smash
I know the
speculation in a
feeling.
nutshell.
Yeah.
Especially being a figure in the Smash community, it's
Oh yeah,
awful.
for sure.
Yeah. Like this past week, I haven't like really been active on Twitter because like for a while, like every time I tweeted, like I was getting threads made about me on GameFAQs, and I was like, I don't need this right now.
Yeah.
I think that if we see, because DLC is still not a given, although I think most of us think it's probably going to happen. I would say that DLC candidates probably come from three pools, right? They come from kind of newer characters and promotional characters, third parties, and then like fan favorites. And Smash, Wii U, and 3DS DLC didn't really have fan favorites. But what it did have was veterans, which we won't have. So we might see like your Dixies and your Bandana Waddle Dees, if they're not in the base game, might get in there. I don't know,
Right.
because I think it's going to be more like your Springmans and your X and Pyras and your Dragon's Quest characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll play devil's advocate and be like, I don't think assist trophies will get upgraded as much as I really want them to. Just because with the last DLC, Sakurai looked towards new stuff and looking forward. Like after the 3 veterans were done, it was all new from then on. And I feel like with this time around, he may be more back to that more mentality. Like, I don't want to take out the assist trophies I've already made. I just want to focus on bringing newcomers, especially because the newcomer count is so low this time around. I think he might just be like, well, let's just jump straight into all the brand new stuff and look at new characters we can add and not look back to assists. As much as I like really, really want Takamura to be upgraded as DLC.
To be honest, too, let's say once again, if certain characters aren't in the base game, like let's just throw Shadow out there because he's the most jarring example. And his assist trophy's not there. Part of me is wondering if certain characters were kind of held back just in case. Just like, oh, he's on the project plan. Maybe we do want to put him in, but if we don't have time, we can always put him in as DLC. So let's remove his assist trophy. Maybe even a character like Skull Kid. I don't know. That maybe that's getting into like crazy conspiracy theories, but
I think with the the Smash for Wii U and 3DS DLC, like the first 3 characters, there were like Lucas. Oh, besides Mewtwo, there's Mewtwo, Lucas, Roy, and Ryu. And I think Roy and Lucas were kind of picked because they're a little bit easier to work on. And then you had like Ryu, who was the unique newcomer. So I think like having that easier character to work on is probably better to have at the start because that's when you want to finalize the rest of the DLC.
Yeah. I agree with that. That's why I think Dixie is more likely for DLC. I think a lot of people have that same testament. They yeah, unless she's with Kiddy Kong and they do a 2-off with Kiddy Kong and Dixie, and then they have all the DKC characters.
well, I mean, she could also even fall into kind of the promotion sort of character if a new Donkey Kong Country is coming, which is completely possible.
Right.
Yeah, and speaking of packs, I've been saying that forever. I'm all like, yeah, but what if Shadow's not in the base game, but you get like Studiopolis Zone and Tails is a new character and Shadow is an Echo as a DLC pack? I'm like, I would spend way too much money on that.
Yeah,
that's currently my theory. Actually, the Tails trailer and then, or no, the Shadow trailer, and then Sonic's about to get like killed, and Tails like, "I'll save you," and then he picks him up, and then he's in Isabelle situation.
Tails would actually be a really amazing. And then the other thing is, why is Tails not the assist trophy? Because he could be a really cool one. Because he would just like follow you around, and if you fell off the edge, he can go and pick you up.
Yeah.
It's because he's not Knuckles.
That's true.
That's also why I think Tails is playable, because they put Knuckles, and it's like, wait a minute, so Knuckles, I don't know, it just makes sense because Tails is playable, but Knuckles the assist, and then Dr. Robotnik or Eggman as a boss.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. And then Shadow can be an assist or an echo. Like, then you have like all the important Sonic characters: Sans,
Right.
Amy.
You need Amy though.
Amy can be a trophy.
She can be in the background of the.
She can be a boss in spirit modes.
Well, I was gonna say with the actual Mii Fighter costumes last round, we got the Knuckles and the Tails costume only.
That's true. Could get an Amy sword fight costume and then like a Silver the Hedgehog
Brawler.
brawler costume.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause even Silver gets to be a background element on Green.
Yeah, we
Hill
know
Zone.
that they're liberal with Sonic characters, and they always kind of have been with Nintendo. So I don't think seeing that many characters in Smash would be a problem.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think a Dr. Eggman boss is really likely though.
I hope so.
I think a lot of the bosses will be like the main bosses of each series. So Eggman and Wily, and like Marks from Kirby,
Yeah.
Mr. Dream.
Mike Tyson.
in my Smash Bros.
That's it.
All right.
Cross the line. All right. So, anyways, please,
Next
you're trying
question.
to,
Yeah, the next
Yeah.
question. This one is kind of related by Hugo Miguel, and it says, assuming it happens, how early do you think that we'll get DLC announcements for Smash Ultimate?
November.
Yeah, I kind of think that there might be a thing where Sakurai's like, yeah, but I don't know. There's been rumors that I don't believe at all, but people are saying, they could do some sort of promotion for it, tie it in with Nintendo Online or something. The free character in like Mewtwo last time. I don't know. I'll say this. Either they tease something and that there's an announcement for DLC, or we see something in like a February Direct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll give them enough time to, be like, hey, we finished the game. We totally weren't working on this while the game was still in development.
See, I had a thought. Have you guys heard of Leaky Panday on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not credible at all, and they chat a lot of shit.
The
But they did bring up
end.
one really good idea in one of their fake leaks that Smash DLC would be a really good announcement for the Game Awards.
Oh yeah.
Because Nintendo tend to make announcements there. I think Bayonetta 3 was last
Yeah.
year.
It was.
And Smash is too late to be included in the Game Awards, but it's too early to be included in next year, so it doesn't really get a presence. But the Game Awards and Smash Ultimate come out around the same time, so it could be a good opportunity for them to be like, here's the Smash DLC announcement, because it'd be right as Smash is coming out, which is a good time to announce DLC.
Yeah. You're
And then they
absolutely
can have a
right.
presence there.
Jeff
and it's
Keighley
like a big
has been
event.
Jeff Keighley has been working on his relationship with Nintendo. He's fought through the Cranky Kong announcement, but now it's gonna all pay off. He's gonna have like peak viewership at this event just because of that.
The Cranky Kong announcement in Smash.
What if it's
For Smash.
Yeah, for Smash, yeah.
He just really likes Cranky Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could totally see that being a thing.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna say no because, like, I always say this, like, there's always been like a very strong presence with Japanese and the Smash announcements, and so like there's always, even with like Evo, like it wasn't really an announcement; it was like an announcement of an announcement. So I don't know.
know,
The
my
Game,
one
the Game
counter to
Awards
that
has
is
no presence in
E3.
Japan.
Yeah, that's true. Very good point.
Yeah.
But E3 is an American event.
Yeah, but that at least
And
Japanese
Smash
people...
had nothing at Tokyo Game Show, which is a Japanese event.
I'm torn. I think I could see it either way.
Nintendo just doesn't do anything with Tokyo Game Show. They just go there, collect their awards, and leave. I know because I saw Sakurai there.
He wasn't even giving awards. He wasn't even accepting awards. He was giving them
Yeah, and he ran away before I could try to talk to him.
before you could lick him.
Yeah, before I could licking distance.
Next question.
Darn Sakurai. Next time.
So this one's by Gail, and it's just as in a whole. How let's generalize this Smash Bros. Cycle. How have you guys enjoyed it thus far? How excited are you for it to come to an end? And how does it compare to past cycles?
It's kind of awful, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's so condensed, and we already
Mhm.
knew so much up front, and people are expecting so much, and people are getting like unusually aggressive towards each other for believing different things, and I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think leaks have kind of killed the Smash hype cycle.
I'm staying away pretty. I do like a few videos here and there, but I'm staying pretty like away. I'm treating it pretty casually because I kind of just want to see the game release and enjoy it when it's out. And unlike last time where the Smash for Wii U, it was just so much, like it took so long. So I actually like how condensed this is, and how we're getting announcements at least once every month. So it's something to keep my interest up about the game. And I'm like, oh yeah, remember the game that existed? Because I remember they announced Villager, Wii Fit Trainer, who was the last? Mega Man. Wow.
Mega Man.
Yeah.
And then what was it, like a year of just like pictures, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Every character that I've seen so far was heavily rumored, so I feel like that takes a lot of the excitement away. What I liked about the Simon reveal, even though everyone was somewhat expecting him by that point, is they threw in Richter and they threw in the stage and everything. So there's a lot to go with it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty lame. I was still hyped when I saw it, and K. Rool, I didn't expect them to do it like that day because we just got Ridley. So I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
I was fully expecting Kate Rule, but I thought he would come much later, like towards the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
But I do agree with you. I think that the condensed cycle is better, like especially for my health, because I don't have to like, live such a terrible lifestyle for half a year or for more than half a year. So that's what I'm thankful about.
I feel like the condensed stuff is good, but I also don't like the fact that like they revealed so much content up front.
Yeah.
That it's not quite as day-to-day exciting as it Brawls was when they actually started doing stuff.
Yeah,
and
Brawls
even
was
Smash for
magical.
Wii U's.
Yeah, Brawls,
Brawls
is
the best
Yeah.
one so far.
Because we were coming off the heels of Melee, there wasn't really a lot, so anything new was like, ooh, what?
Also,
Yeah.
early days of the internet, like we didn't have like all the leaks and.
Yeah, and there was like no. I mean, I know there was eventually leaks, like right as it was coming out in Japan, but for me personally, I didn't see anything about Brawl that wasn't officially announced up until like the week that Smash Brothers Brawl came out, when people started confirming the roster and stuff like that. Like that was it for that. And whereas Smash for Wii U, we obviously had Gamatsu, and then we had the ESRB leak.
Yeah.
And then for this hype cycle, it's just I feel like it's been nothing but leaks. Like even like around the time Smash Ultimate was being announced.
Yeah.
And even like years before, where everyone was saying it was going to be a port and stuff like that, and all the Wii U content would come back. Yeah.
Right.
Like there's been so many leaks that I feel like if you follow them, like I have been this time around, I'm like Richter was the best reveal for me because I had no clue he was going to be in the game at all.
Was Isabelle leaked?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really? I did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isabelle was leaked. I think K. Rool was the K. Rool was the one newcomer who wasn't leaked beforehand so far.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I may have seen the Isabelle leak, but like I take all of them with like a grain of salt and don't really go looking because I'm like, you know what? I just want peace. I want to like enjoy these reveals.
I have a feeling I'm gonna enjoy the DLC speculation period a lot more.
Yeah, same.
Because I think part of the problem is people don't know what to expect because this is such a different Smash game.
That's true.
Right.
And it's kind of frustrating, to be honest, because it's like how many characters, what are we going to see, how many stages? A lot of speculation before too were cut veterans, which is great. We don't have to worry about it, but it takes so much out of the reveal process when Sakurai posts another character video on the blog. I'm like, yay!
Yeah,
I saw the City 3.
I don't agree with the marketing at all for Smash Ultimate. Like, I don't know why they put all those character reveal trailers all at the same day. Like, I really think they should like space them out.
Like, it's fine having screenshots, just don't make the videos live until you do the post.
Yeah.
That would have been much nicer. But
yeah, interesting with how they decided to do this. I agree. They should just spread out the videos and like they have the character days right now. Why wouldn't you just? They had it all set up. Why wouldn't you just make those videos go public on those like specific days?
I think like they really wanted to try to avoid leaks. Like you saw like after they accidentally leaked the Bloody Tears name through the YouTube by renaming Gladius.
Right.
Yeah, Galaga.
Galaga. They've just been sticking with numbers for the music.
Yeah, they
posts.
changed everyone to a number.
Yeah, and I think that's just because they don't want it to be leaked again. And so I think it's just more people have access to the YouTube channel, so they're afraid of some person at Nintendo of America or Nintendo of Europe just being like, oh, that's what's coming up.
Yeah, it is like very cautious, especially because the blogs this time around feel really like done on the day.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
not really thought out at all, which I know you complain about a lot, Push.
Yes, they come out at different times. They for some reason only translate one memory post ever.
Yeah, there's something about it that's just like weird, like the way that I don't know, it doesn't have the same like gloss, I guess, and polish as previous Smash websites.
Yeah, Sakurai felt more involved in a lot of the older ones, and I think that's why. This one seems a lot more like this is Nintendo's yearly plan for their marketing. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to be their Nintendo Switch title alongside Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and they're going to release this much content about it so they can get the releases for next year and make this the focus of this year. And I feel like that's what they've been doing. They did it with Odyssey and they did it with Breath of the Wild when they were going to release the console, and that's what like E3 focused on each year.
What's weird is, and this isn't going to go into a blog theory at all, but it does seem like when you look at the numbering of the blog and other things that this is planned out way in advance. But then like the translations come out at different times, and then there's been translations that have been fixed on the English site multiple times
And Japanese.
after upload and Japanese. Yeah, it's like, so why if this has been so planned out, why isn't everything why isn't it ready? They keep like changing how they write stuff. They've literally revamped the blog the day of like several times, and it's like, God, come on, guys, have a little do things a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Sakurai doing it. It feels like they've got someone on the Japanese side of Nintendo to write them out, and then everyone just translates it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking they would do, or that I think they do.
Yeah, it's... Oh, well.
It's going to be over soon, don't worry.
Yes. We've got 2 months tomorrow, I think. It's the 7th of December, right?
Yeah.
It's going to plug yes.
2 months tomorrow.
So we got 2
I will
questions.
say that Smash Direct was like the best Smash thing we've ever seen. That last Smash Direct was really, really well done. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 questions. This is mainly for Nintendex, but we'll rate that character return for DLC predictions.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So basically, it will. The thing with rate that character is, apart from it was like majority me doing it, and we had loads of hiccups like Push losing internet for like 2 months.
Yeah, that was awful.
And when I went, and then when I was at Gamescom and when I was on holiday and stuff, it wasn't picked up as much, and all stuff like this. I think again, it kind of goes back to this fatigue of Smash Brothers hype cycle. Because of the fact that, like, personally, out of all the theories, I think Fox theory is the correct one. So I'm setting my expectations low and only expecting 2. And I think the 2 rumored ones, which I won't name, are the 2 that are the only 2 we're going to be getting. And because of that, it's really hard to rate a character when I only believe that 2 of them, which we've both already covered in Rate That Character, are going to be in, because every other character I'm just going to end up giving like
even if you don't
1%, 5%.
even if you don't believe in box theory and 2 characters, at the very most we're getting 4 characters probably. I mean, you could push it and maybe say with Echo 6 or something, but it's probably going to be pretty low. And then we've covered so many characters that there's very few left that with this many characters seems, and the deconfirmations we've had seem likely. Like, I have scripts written out actually for a few characters. I've actually said this before, so I'll say it now. I have a script written out for Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, and for Ryu Hayabusa. But I think they both have like basically 0 chance of base game. So
Right.
I might as well wait to record those for DLC, where maybe we can reevaluate their chances, and maybe it'll be a little bit more than 10% or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I think that's what I ultimately decided on. Plus, I got like really bogged down after Gamescom with lots of reviews to do and stuff like this,
Yeah.
and moving house and all sorts of nonsense. But like, yeah, I think that when we know the full roster or when we know that DLC is definitely a thing, I haven't quite decided yet. We will go back to rate that character and focus on DLC, because I think DLC will be more exciting as well. We know for a fact that base game is going to only have a set amount, and we have to argue between like who's going to be in these 12, 11 characters. Whereas DLC, we don't know how long it's going to last, and unless they actively go out and say, "Oh yeah, no, it's 7 characters only this time for DLC,"
It kind of
Like a season pass.
yeah, it means like we can just do all of our sort of scores regardless. Like with DLC, it doesn't matter if like Erdrick gets in. It still means that Sora still has a chance, or Lara Croft still has a chance, and stuff like that. It's not as restrictive. So I think
Right.
we'll go back to it then.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, Alex, you've been also like not doing so many speculation videos as well.
No, I did it when I felt like I had something to talk about. That's really how because I didn't want to. I didn't want it to become work, because my side channel is really much of like, oh, if I have extra time, I'll record this or that and spend a few hours editing it.
Yeah.
And really, there's just nothing to say at this point. I'm not really on box theory, but I do think there's not that many characters left anyways. It's just logically there shouldn't be that many left. And I'm really looking forward to DLC, because that's really where I believe a lot more of the characters are going to come through. And in terms of speculation, I mean, yeah, no, I don't know what else to speculate. I really hope I don't have to make any new videos on when there are leaks and it's just like, oh great, another ESRB leak, haha.
Yeah.
If that was ever going to happen, it happened like right now.
Well, there's
I'm looking forward to
arguably
it.
one that already happened.
Are you talking about the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope there's nothing more, because that was at least I could. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's smooth from here on out. If I don't hear anything from the game and it just like it's December 7th, then I'm like, oh, it's December 7th, and I'll remember Isabel, then I'll be happy to play the
So we
game.
can- we can all agree that Ken and Shadow seem like the most likely echoes if there are multiple echoes, right? That seems like
Yes.
Yeah.
I think those are my top 2 echoes, and I have them.
Yeah,
on
they're my top 2. Yeah. Ken, Shadow, and then Dixie would be third after that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing about Dixie is after Isabel, like, if they're
I think
willing
she
to
would-
do semi-clones,
Yeah. Absolutely.
I
I
don't
think
know.
I think she's absolutely. If Dixie is in this game, she's more than likely going to be Echo / Hey, I'm Lucas, or Isabel type character.
I
yeah.
don't know. I disagree.
Same-
Still, I still think she's going to be more of a Crom type character where they change one move about her, and most of it's kept the same as Diddy Kong.
It's possible.
long
She
as-
can definitely
yeah.
fall into both categories. Yeah.
I think
So I
the
think
most
that-
it would change. Sorry, is the
That's all right.
hair attacks with the smash attacks and then a recovery. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
Okay, no, I was just going to say, I think they changed Diddy Kong's jab attack and removed his tail attack. I think I remember seeing that somewhere. So he might have had any moves that he used his tail removed, which would lead more evidence for, because that was the main argument against him being like Dixie, is that Diddy has a tail and Dixie doesn't.
She also doesn't have a peanut pop gun.
But she has a
Yeah.
bubblegum gun though.
Well, that'd be changing 2 moves because it would be the same animation. That's like a custom.
It'd be the
move
same
that
animation. That's the point.
the same animation, but a different projectile property.
Yeah,
Right.
different projectile property, but as long as it does the same damage as the peanut does, then that's fine.
That doesn't even matter because like Lucina's moves do different damage than Marth because of the Dipper. You can have different damage. I honestly think Echoes are largely having the same like weight and physics and size and.
To be honest, I don't think Lucina and Dark Pit to a lesser extent count as much for that because of the fact they were made with the last game in mind and not the new
Crom-
game.
see.
Crom doesn't have the sweet spot on his sword either, does he?
No, Crom doesn't. Crom's is the same as Roy.
Are you
I mean,
sure?
Roy didn't. Yeah, Roy didn't have the tipper, and I don't think.
No,
Crom
but
has the
Roy
tipper
Roy
either.
has a
the
sweet
hilt.
Yeah, he has a sweet spot at the
Oh
hilt.
yeah,
but I don't
Roy
think
has
Crom
the
has
hilt.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think if you look at
I-
Crom's sword trail, I think he has even damage everywhere.
Yeah.
I think
Like
he's
I have
Lucina.
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah, which makes him super different because he's Lucina to Roy plus a different up B plus a different forward tilt. Although the forward tilt just might be animation, but his forward tilt looks like Marth's.
I don't know, man. I don't. I don't even know what makes an echo.
You know what makes an echo? Sakurai being like, yeah, that one's an echo.
Yeah. I know there's been a lot of comments, mainly from Memory Man, who've been asking, what is a echo or what is
What is an echo?
what is an echo?
What is an
A
echo?
filthy pack of lies.
A
Basically,
character that will be modded over with a new moveset one day.
yeah, it's the next best thing after an alt. Like you have like unique animations, you have voice clips. It's basically
Their own final smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly cosmetic changes. I'd say
Yeah.
like heavy cosmetic changes. Plays mostly the same, but there are some tweaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next question.
Okay, so this one's by CB. Is Persona 5 ever going to be represented in something Nintendo related, like a Persona 5 port or Joker and Smash? Alexa,
Persona 5.
I know you
I
talked
hope
about.
so. I don't think so, but I hope so for sure. Like if there's a ballot and like everyone comes together and they're like, we want Joker, and then Sakurai's like, all right, and then I don't know if a port would happen. I don't know about that because they've been pretty consistent that it's like Shin Megami and then Persona on Sony hardware. So except for the Q2, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
That's,
Persona
yes.
Q2. I mean,
Right.
wouldn't that count as Joker stuff on Nintendo because it's on 3DS?
That is true. That is true, but it's not like a main game. It's more of a spin-off, similar to like those Dragon Ball games on 3DS. Very targeted towards the audience of 3DS owners. But I wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I've been wrong. I didn't think they would put all the Final Fantasies on the Switch, but here we are.
Yeah.
Except for a few, but
I mean, Persona has a track record of Persona 3 releasing on PS2 and then a portable port of it on PSP, and then PS4 and PS2, and then a portable port of it on PS Vita. And now that Sony's not making any more handhelds, I could see a Persona 5 Crimson being made for Switch potentially. Or, just
Good argument.
Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE, the real Persona 5.
So I kind of want to read this as is, just because there's a hilarious spelling error in it. So
on.
this is by Taylor Young. With Square Enix announcing Kingdom Hearts story so far for the PS4, do you think that we'll be getting it for the Switch as well? And how will that affect Dora's chances of getting Smash Bros. Ultimate? So Dora the Explorer, come on.
How will Kingdom Hearts affect her chances?
Oh man!
Oh, we don't have that educational
Disney's-
rep.
Now that Disney's bought Fox, can we expect an Aliens world in the next Kingdom Hearts? That's the question.
Will we expect the Simpsons world first?
oh man.
Simpsons
Oh,
Family
man.
Guy. You're gonna go to Traverse Town and meet Peter Griffin.
I think you go to Krusty Land. I think that's the most fun place to go.
Team up with Bart and Homer.
Okay, actually, let's answer the actual question.
What was the answer? What was the question?
How do you think that Sora could get into Smash?
Sure. Probably not.
I don't. No, you go on. Sorry.
All right, here, just real quick. Here's my answer: is if Sakurai really, really wants somebody, he'll get it. That being said, Sora is kind of a licensing nightmare because you have to go through Disney because he's owned by Disney. But then all the actual assets from the game are owned by Square Enix, and the music from the game is owned by the composers that do the music for the game. So you have to. There's a lot of different entities you have to go through, so it's kind of a headache. But it's not impossible. So sorry, Alex, you go.
I have no interest in Sora or Kingdom Hearts, and I don't see it being like the top choice right now for a character that would be a lot of work to get. If it was like
Yeah.
everyone wanted Sora and it was like unanimous, it'd be like, okay, we're gonna jump through these hoops, but it's not like a Cloud situation at all.
Yeah, I see. I don't think Disney would have any problems, and I don't think Square would have any problems. But I feel like it's just the work that requires, especially Disney not being a Japanese company,
Right.
means that Sakura would have to go to Square in Tokyo, and then they'd have to fly over and meet Disney wherever they're based, and then they'd have to be constant back
Magical
and
Kingdom.
forth between them. Like, then they'll have to go to Disneyland and go on all the rides,
Yep.
and then they'll have to come back. And
And
it'll be
then you
like a
probably
lot
need-
of work just for Sora.
I think it's
You'll
more
have to-
fun than
licensing
work.
for you need licensing for Donald and Goofy for his final smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he'll have to buy a new set of keys and then attach it to his Microman figure so he can figure out how to pose it. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, especially when you could just put a Dragon's Quest character in or something.
Another Fire Emblem character, honestly.
To be honest, even for Dragon Quest, you have to go to Toriyama and ask him as well because he owns the designs for the characters in Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he own
So-
the design for the Chrono Trigger cast?
I think he does as well.
he
Yeah, I
does.
think
Yeah.
anything because of how Square just lets people keep the licensing for stuff they do. Anything he's worked on with his design, he also has part of the rights to. Although I think Toriyama's significantly easier to go and ask for rights from, being based in Japan, and I think being based in Tokyo as well.
The Tokyo
Yeah.
bias.
Yeah.
Well, and I think a lot of the newcomers and things that we've seen in this game are kind of Western leaning. So I can't see DLC or if there's any big remaining like third parties or something for a base game being something that appeals a little bit more to the Japanese market, like a Dragon's Quest character, for instance.
Just do both. Have Rayman appeal to the West and Dragon Quest appeal to the East.
Or Monster Hunter, now that it appeals to both. We already have some Monster Hunter content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Was that
Next
the-
question.
Okay, this is a really good question. I'm not sure how much time we can actually spend on this, but Ellie Asco says, what do you think the gaming industry will be like in the future, like in 30 or 40 years? I think Google and Amazon will have their own consoles, and Smash Bros. Will have over 100 characters, and Nintendo will hopefully have a decent online.
It only took 40 years.
I will say this. I don't think that those people will have consoles because I'm one of those people that thinks we are a couple generations away from having no consoles and having everything be
In the
kind of
cloud.
streaming on platforms. Yeah. Like, you can play on your Xbox service on the media center on your TV, even if you buy physical media, which will probably everything will be standardized.
Everything
So-
will be Bluetooth to a chip in your head.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get to that. The PlayStation, what was it, the PlayStation 12 or 9 or whatever, those old commercials where it was like,
You digest a pill and the game appears inside you.
You've
But I
played
think
the game entirely after
Yeah.
you get the pill.
You get the
Yeah.
experience and it lasts for a few weeks.
I think Microsoft's kind of been moving towards this, like Push said earlier,
Mhm.
where you go and Microsoft isn't going to just be that box underneath your TV. It's going to be an app you play on your phone, and it's going to be games you play on Windows PCs, and there's going to be different SKUs of Xbox, one that's more of a media center so you can watch all your stuff on it, and one that's maybe lighter just to play games. So I think that eventually, like, consoles as we know it are going to go away.
Yeah.
And I think within 40 years that might be it. Yeah.
Alex?
I believe I took like courses a lot on this stuff and like predicting the future of technologies, and now all of that's even outdated because like VR's advanced, and now it's like it's its own niche, and I think that's going to still develop over like the 2020s to 30s, and how VR is going to fit into society as a like a media service. There's a lot of ways it could fit into like medical and other stuff, but it sort of focused on gaming first. But I feel like that's going to sort of develop sort of how internet developed into its own thing throughout like the 90s until it became like an everyday used thing in 2010 to phones. It's really just got to find how it's going to be used. in terms of like gaming companies, it's just insane to think about that Mario is going to be like 40 more years older. It's like, what else can you do with him in 40 years? Oh my goodness. Oh man, like 2050, we're like playing Mario Galaxy 5, and it's like, really, guys?
Now he throws his pants.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
God.
gets new pants every time. Will we see the fall of Nintendo in that time, or any other company? It's interesting to think about.
Mm.
I think the most important thing is intellectual property, and that's something Nintendo has. So that'll keep them afloat. All right. Anyone else
Next
have anything to say on that?
That was the last question. I mean,
okay.
there's a couple of other questions, like what do you think about like two Square Enix reps, which we kind of touched upon already.
Yeah.
So
I'm on Chrono. I know it's not going to happen, but give me some Chrono Trigger stuff.
yeah. So
Okay.
If there's anything else that you guys want to add, please go ahead and do it now. It's like 2 a.m. for me, so I'm really tired.
Okay.
Oh, I do not blame you. No, I'm
No.
good. Thank you for having me. And
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
no problem. I'll come on all the time if you want me to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look forward
Never
to seeing
leave.
you in 3 years and a day because of that.
Add it to the calendar.
I don't know. I guess the last thing I'd say is I think we'll see a Smash Direct announcement on Monday or Tuesday for like Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, and I think the next
really hope it's not like 3 p.m. British time again. And I have to go and hide in the second office at work and pretend to work while watching it.
I think the next Smash Direct is going to shed a lot of light on what the final game and roster is going to look like one way or another. I think the next thing that happens is going to be substantial in how this thing ends up wrapping up.
Yeah. I think people will be disappointed.
I mean, that happens every...
Well, that'll happen regardless. Yeah, you just 6 new characters, and they'll be all like, "But no goddamn Waluigi." Out. I'm out. I'm not buying this game.
Well, again, thank you, Alax, for joining us, and thank you for everyone who joined us in the chat and for the stream. It's been a blast, and I hope to see you guys real soon.
All right, later, guys.
All right. Later, guys.